Stampers, this is Jose from StampingJo.com, and welcome to today's episode of Stampin' Gals Gone Wild. In this episode, I'm going to show you how to make this really cute little photo album. So you can see on the inside you can add your photos, and I'm going to show you how to assemble that. The first thing I did is I started out with two pieces of cardstock. The first one is soft suede, and this one measures 4 7/8 by 8.5, and I scored it at 1/4 inch and 1 1/4. The other piece of cardstock I'm going to use is Crumb Cake, and this one is also 4 7/8 by 6 1/4. So let's put this together. So we're going to take some of our Crumb Cake seam binding, and you want this piece to be longer than the front piece. So we're just going to go about there, and we're going to take some SNAIL adhesive and just put some on each of the tails. Once you have your adhesive on, you're just going to lay it flat right on top of this panel, so you kind of want it centered. And then we're going to tuck those ends behind. Now this is a little bit long, but that's okay because we're not going to see the inside. And then tuck the other side, and it's going to go like that. Okay, so that's the first piece. Next we're going to take this piece of Crumb Cake, and I'm going to be using one of our new embossing folders, and this is the Pretty Prince embossing folder, and if you can see from the video, it's kind of a script on it. Now you're going to find that your cardstock is actually bigger than the embossing folder, but that is just fine because when you put it through, it's actually kind of nice to have this border. So I just finished placing this through the Big Shot, and you can see I have this nice script pattern on it, and it's nice and raised. It's really pretty in real life. So what we want to do is we want to take this piece and cover that 1/4 inch right to the score mark. So we're going to turn that upside down and put a strip of sticky strip right on the edge. So once you have your strip of sticky strip on there, I like to take the edge of my scissors just to peel off that red part because I find it's hard to get with my nails. And this is really, really sticky adhesive, so it'll stay on really well. So we're going to place that right there. And next we're going to take some of our new embellishments. Now if you have not seen these out of the catalog, they are beautiful. They are sparkly and silver colored, and they are called Frosted Finishes Embellishments. I have seen people make jewelry out of them. I actually have a necklace from a friend. All she did was put a necklace, one of those jump rings, and then necklace on it, and it's really pretty. I've worn it a lot. And also you can make earrings, all kinds of things. But what we're going to do with it, because I found for this particular album, I wanted it more of a matte and to match that color. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take some tweezers and turn it upside down and just hold it with your tweezers. We're going to take our Versamark ink pad and press it right into the Versamark so that you've covered pretty much everything. And then we're going to take our gold embossing powder and just press it into the gold embossing powder. You're going to see it looks like that. And next we're going to take our heat tool and heat set that. Now that we've heat set them, you can actually see how with the gold embossing powder, it matches our project so much better. So here's the original with the silver, and then here's our gold ones. I love using embossing powder just to change the look of our embellishments. So the next step is we're going to take some of our candy dot brad bases, and these ones just look like a brad, and they are made to have an embellishment go right on the top. So for these ones, we're actually going to use it right through here and add our embellishment right on top. So what we want to do is we want to take our mat, put it on the inside, and then decide where you want your brad base. So I want mine about here. We're going to poke our hole. You want to do a fairly big hole just because these brads are actually pretty big. And then we're going to poke it right through. We're going to do our next one about here. Grab that and put it through that hole. And then we're going to open up the inside carefully so our brads don't come off. And just open up those feet. Now that that's done, I'm going to take some of our glue dots and put them on the top of our brad base. So you want one for each, and then we're going to take our embellishment and just stick it right on there. like that. The next step for this project is we're going to use some of our clear envelopes. Now, if you didn't know we have these, we sell them and they actually go through the mail just like our other envelopes, and they're kind of fun because you can see right through them. But we're going to use them as our photo holders. So you want them to all be the same direction, so just make sure you know where your opening is. And we're going to take the cover off, and I found it easier to go one at a time. So we're going to center it, place it about there, and then we're going to keep building on top of it. So take your cover off and put it on top and just kind of make sure that they are fairly equal. Once you have all your envelopes in, we're going to take another piece of sticky strip. I think I'm actually going to do 2 on this one and place it right here and right here. Then we're going to take our covers off and then close it up. So I've just closed up my album. You can see now the only thing showing is this 1/4 inch score that we did in there. So now let's build and decorate the outside. We're going to be using the stamp set Joyful Christmas, and this is one of them that is in the holiday catalog, and it has a fairly big poinsettia. So we're going to take some real red cardstock with our Versamark ink, and we're going to do a couple of them and heat emboss them in the gold and then cut them out. So with your flower, what you want to do is you want to cut it out twice. So the first time we're going to cut the whole thing, and then the second time we're just going to do the inner flower. So we're going to take our scissors and just carefully cut close to the embossing and just do the inner little flower, and we're going to pop that one up. Next, we're going to take back our album with some dimensionals. We're going to place that flower on there. So you want to add a fair amount of dimensionals, probably 3 or 4 of them. And then we're going to take our bone folder and just give it a little bit of a curve at each of the petals. We're going to do the same thing with our next one, so just give it a nice curve with the edge of your bone folder, and you can find your match of each petal. So we're going to take, for this one I think I used just 2 of them right in the middle. Oops, take that cover off, and then put a second one, and like that. I found the real red cardstock a little bit dull at this point, so here's what I did. I took the Encore gold ink pad that is brand new in our holiday catalog. We've carried this product before, but it's been quite a long time. So I took my Aquapainter with a little bit of water on the edge, and we're going to pick up some color, and we're just going to start to add just a tiny little wash of color all on there. So it just adds a little bit of gold sparkle right on top of your flowers. So you're going to do that to both of them. And let that dry. And when you have that done, it's going to give you that nice sparkle. So you can see on the inside, I've already added one of the pictures in there. These are my kids when they were quite a lot younger. And then you can add more pictures in there. So I hope you enjoyed this project, and I will see you next week.